nice slides for me. Thanks. All right, so as we said before, I'm Toby Evans, Senior Manager of Digital Transformation. A number of the digital transformation team are here today. What I'm going to talk to you about today is the digital journey that we're on at the moment at mySAWater. A number of the works that are underway. I'll talk to you about how Dynamics plays into that, why we chose Dynamics. And then the showcase piece of this is to show one of our big solutions, which is mySAWater. So really, with our digital journey, we started this around 2 years ago. There was a really big push from our customers and from the Minister to deliver more for our customers, deliver on expectations. As you know, with systems, increasing drive for digital options, whether it's website, apps, any way to self-serve and to not pick up the phone and have to talk to us. And the customers really want a seamless service, so we had to develop a roadmap. And so with that, we developed a roadmap about 2 years ago, which runs right through to 2020, and we're now working on, I guess, the next iteration of that. But really, with that, we know there's a number of services we had to deliver, and we delivered those both for self-service for web, self-service on IVR, and also a number of other channels that help customers to not have to pick up the phone and have a frictionless service with us. And so where does Dynamics come into that? Our roadmap running through to 2020 outlined a lot of capabilities that we didn't have in our existing systems. And it comes back to what digital transformation is. And for us, it's not really about making excuses that we're miles behind from other vendors and we're miles behind from other utilities. We actually want to get in front and we want to deliver more. And so where Dynamics comes into that is that we recognise that Microsoft's investing a lot into that platform. And mySAWater had a roadmap of a lot of capabilities that align very closely to that roadmap. And so in that, we chose the product, and we've also really, brought in some of the ecosystem that Dynamics offers with some of the products that I'll talk about as we go through. I'm happy to take questions at the end. So the big cornerstone piece of the program was implementing mySAWater. mySAWater is powered by Microsoft Dynamics. This was a 70-week project starting from May last year, launched in August this year. It basically provides all of our residential customers, so 760,000 customers, with the ability to have electronic billing. So yes, we are probably one of the last utilities to bring out electronic billing, but we're here now. And we've got a number of other options, self-service options available for customers to use on that platform. For those in the room, it does work on every device, but probably more importantly, people want to know what's under the hood. So with this product, with Microsoft Dynamics sitting in the middle, yes, we have 2016 CRM on-prem, but we are moving to 365 on-prem in the new year. It basically sits in front of our billing system. Our core billing system is over 20 years old. It doesn't get a flashy logo. I don't know if we had logos then. So 20 plus years ago, sorry, Rick's our billing expert. He's here. But our core billing system is really focused around properties. We wanted to bring in the relationships, which is what the beauty of a CRM brings with Dynamics. So we've separated out properties in our billing system to our customers in our CRM. And with that, mySAWater runs on ADX Studio. We use a couple other products that work in there, so Experido is one of them. That basically creates, it's a plugin that creates PDFs for our bills, so renders them on the fly. Whisper, which sends all our notifications, so that's emails and SMSs, and BizTalk sits in between lots of all of this to make it all work together. There's probably another product in there, Kingsway, which I'm not really sure what that product does, but it does stuff.
For integration, yeah.
Integration, another integrating product, great. So if you have any questions, Andrew might know. So the product itself, we launched on August 2nd. We've had a really high amount of satisfaction from our customers. It's not been perfect, I'll talk to that in a minute, but we've got 16,700 customers on board today over the last 3 or 4 months with 20,000 properties, because many people have multiple properties. One of the really big things that's coming out of it is in the last month we had 1,300 or over 1,300 self-service transactions. So that's something that someone would have had to either fill out a form, call us, email us, and they can now do online. I suspect that will double pretty much every month as we go forward. So that's around things like updating your billing address. It could be all the features before setting up direct debit, extending the bill. So the satisfaction has been really good, and this is a snapshot of all the great things from this month. We're probably around 70% at the moment around satisfaction. The other 30% is around difficulties with registration, new features. And I think that's a really good sign for us that new features are going to bring that satisfaction up, and that's something we can deliver on. And so we've got a really big plan around that. Stop talking about it and show it. registration, but we did do a lot of work in building the solution, in making a really seamless registration process. There's very few steps required. Where we have the difficulties is with customers copying down details off their bill to register, is where the difficulty comes in. All right, so we're up and running. So with this solution, it's really about a lot of white space showing exactly what we want customers to do. And we know from our research, this was a customer-led project, which is something I really touched on a bit earlier, was that from the start, from May last year, we brought customers in pretty much every month throughout the year to refine what the prototype looked like. And that doesn't mean we just started out with coding. We went back to wireframe, showing customers, what if this button was over here? What features are you really looking for? What ones do you want to see presented to you immediately? So that's why a lot of the things you're seeing right in front of you right now are the core things that the customers want to do right away. With this solution, most customers either want to pay, go off to a gateway, or they want to view their bill. Let's see what my last bill was. So this is the Xperi plugin kicking in and generating the bill. Varies from 10 to 15 seconds. I felt like 10. It's downloading less than 10. Less than 10?
Usually 5.
Yeah. Here's one I prepared earlier. So this is just our same paper bill, just showing that it renders, but it's for our customers, one of our big costs is obviously paper, setting out postage, $1 a bill. It's a really great driver for our customers as well. They don't want to have to go and dig around and find all the paper every year. So having this rendered in real time is great. And then there's a number of other features in the back end of this solution when you go into each of the properties. So you've got ways to extend your account, manage your direct debit. We've got more features coming in that space around credit card, email, and my phone number's starred out for security reasons, and so you don't call me. And just previous bills and payments, and then usage. That pretty much sums it up. It is responsive. We are in, I could just try F12, let's see what happens. No, that's not going to do it. No, I'm going to break something. What am I doing? Someone's going to yell at me. Let's go back. We're back to full screen. And you can add other properties. I don't really want to talk too much more about the solution, but we can. It's very short and sweet, but we are going to bring in commercials after this, and as well as we'll be looking at things like managing agents and other customer types to start using it. But I think the power behind this is that we can now add more features, and a lot of the data that sits in there in our CRM is going to be able to create more opportunities. So being able to give customers ways to calculate their bills, bringing in any kind of other data source is going to be really useful. And we've got lots of other systems that have great information, but being able to surface that for customers has always been our difficulty with our core billing system. We don't want to surface it directly from there. I've got one last slide, and then I don't know where it is now.
The next one.
Next one? Yeah. Cool. So what's next for us with Dynamics? Customer service transformation is going to be about 18 to 24. Oh, I've got this on the screen.
No, there was another one.
The one in the middle.
What am I doing? Thanks, guys.
There you go. You mean the other
We did
one?
it. All right, another other one. This is so smooth. All right, let me just bring this thing up. It's too much of a wheel. I'll talk through it all. Let's get away from the computer. So, over the next 18 to 24 months, we're going to be rolling out a lot of capability from the Dynamics platform. As I said before, the capabilities we've mapped out over the next few years are all going to come from Dynamics. It's like our central point for all of our projects. It's going to power lots of different things we're going to do. Some of them are things like outage notifications for our customers, so when your water's off, just like I said at the end. But other things we're going to be looking at social media potentially. We'll be leveraging the social media management module, I think it's what it's called. We'll be looking at case management for a lot of our processes. So we have lots of tickets that move around our business that at the moment are stored in our core system, and it's difficult to keep track of all those conversations we have. Efficient ways to respond to correspondence. That's one of our first cabs off the rank. We've got around 50,000 emails a year that come in that we have to process. So we need a better way to do that, because at the moment we're leveraging lots of different disparate systems and the workflows are really efficient. So all this is going to our CRM, as well as knowledge is power. So for our customers, having to call us every single time and explain why they called us is probably the most frustrating thing for them. And we really want to make sure our agents have all the information at hand to be able to answer those inquiries. Next thing we really want to look at is, I guess, the bread and butter of a CRM, which is sales pipelines and opportunities. So we want to make sure that we're really tracking those, understanding where our next sources of revenue may come from, and also helping other businesses grow. So it's not just a self-serving thing, it's a water service. We are the water utility of the state. So we need to make sure that we're providing businesses the ability to grow. And then we'll be looking at things like Power BI. We've got that implemented, but we'll be integrating that further with our CRM, and lots of our BI platform data sources will start to be useful. The last one is more customers to self-serve. So we've got with the mySAWater platform, but there's obviously, I said, there's lots of other ways that we can improve on that self-service. We can grow our website to automate a lot of our correspondence. We can use our website to really channel customers to stop a phone call, because they don't actually want to call us. They just want to get the job done and be out of there, and it's got to be on their own time. Some people want to do some work at 10 o'clock at night. We're not around to answer the phone, so they just want to jump on the website, ring us, do an automated process, and be done. And eventually we'll be looking at chatbots, but that's a little bit further down. But yeah, hopefully that's been a bit of an insight to what SAWater's doing and where we're heading, and how we use the platform. But I'm happy to take any questions or move on if we're out of time.
We still got 6 minutes, mate, so let's...
No escape, Toby.
Right, first question there, Raj, just so you know.
I think it's really good.
No bias there.
Can we pay our bills via this?
Yes. You should be.
Does it say our card?
What's that? Save your card?
Yeah, so we can
No.
pay.
Not yet. So there'll be direct debit will be coming in, but no, not saving cards. So direct debit by credit card will be rolled out next year. Should be good. For us, it's about we are behind, but we want to get in front. It's not about playing catch up. It's about getting in front. So delivering more. We look at things like web chat now, and we say, well, why implement web chat now? Might as well move straight to chatbots. Let's take a leap, try something new, because I think there's a lot of technology available with the platform that we can leverage now. The hard part was getting it all in, and getting it connected to that billing system. It's a good system. Yeah.
I really like the way you've got customers to say what were the most important functions.
Yes.
And kind of gone out with the on it first. But
Yes.
how do you balance that with making sure that architecture of the solution is right, so that you can bring in future functionality if you don't know what that functionality is?
That's a great question. That's a fantastic question. Let me think about that for a second. So when we had our customers come in, we had a really large feature set for our customers, and we looked at the existing architecture of our billing system, and there was a lot of hurdles around simplifying our processes, which actually impeded our ability to deliver on some of the cooler features that our customers were really looking for, like water usage calculations. So our architecture was put in place now by bringing just customer data in and syncing the two systems together. So both our billing system and CRM system have a minimum data set just to get by. We know we can build on it later, so it's like a foundational data set.
Yeah.
And we're going to add more and more to that later. So it was a long-term plan with that data. We were always intending to bring it over later, which is pretty much what we're doing in the next 3 months. But yeah, I think probably from an architecture point of view, Sam may be able to answer. No.
Go on, Sam.
No, Sam.
It's built around a proven set of technologies as well. So we know
Yeah.
that we are set for success, and that the fact that we can actually extend in the future when SAWater wants.
And I think
features.
one of the things around the architecture as well was that we made sure we didn't customize anything, so that now we're ready to upgrade and move to new versions. So us rolling out 365, patching to it in an early new year, we can do that because we didn't actually go and create new functions in the tool. We're just leveraging what's there. So I think that's been our big architectural decision.
And was it a conscious decision not to make replacing your core systems a dependency?
So not replacing our billing system.
Yeah.
We're always going to need a billing system, and there was it's the scale, it's too large to change our billing system right now. If we wanted to change our billing system, that might take us 4 or 5 years. We need to get this platform live within a year. So we didn't have the opportunity to go. We had to basically just pair off what we could, and then take it in bite-sized chunks. But there is obviously the intent that we'll replace that billing system in the future. But we had to.
Wanted to go live with this first.
Definitely. Yeah, we had to. If we'd done the billing system first, we'd probably be in early 2020 with this. And they're already saying finally now. I don't know what they'd say then.
How did you manage to move from your existing CRM? I assume you had an existing CRM, which probably wasn't Microsoft.
No, We used our billing system as a CRM. So we basically have all our relations in there, things like managing agents, any correspondence gets written against a property. It's not great. That's why we needed to move as quick as we could to getting the CRM-based capability in.
So you took all that dynamics and what you're keeping them in sync?
Yep. Yeah, so they're in sync, and obviously we get data from your own property ownership changes. So all that stuff's automated, which flows through to our CRM as well. But around the customer records, once we move and start rolling out more capability, they'll start to become a lot different. At the moment, they're very similar and in sync, but when you start to think about all the customer interactions, that should start to live in our CRM, and our billing system shouldn't know anything about that, unless there's an action made in the billing sense.
It's about customers, not houses or meters.
Yes, that's it. Any questions?
I think further to your point there about having the billing system serve out CRM functionality in the past, I think SAWater is not unique in that regard. Most of the utilities that I've spoken to across the nation have this property-centric view, and they're trying to move to a more of a customer-centric view. So you find that, I think it's definitely not unique. It's the same challenges that you face in Victoria and Western Australia. It doesn't matter if it's gas or if they just have this property-centric view that's difficult to actually change.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
And it's about once it's ingrained, like it's such a large system, you start to invest more in it, and it becomes more and more ingrained. You start to add more relationships to it, which and entrenches it further. So trying to get it out is harder, a lot harder, a lot of backtracking. Yes.
I guess it's about actually paying for it, but do you get notifications if you don't pay?
The launches today, so payment reminders are launching today. 10 a.m. If your bill was due on Friday, 10 a.m. today, you're going to get an SMS or throughout the day.
So that's not by mobile notification?
Yep, SMS. Lucky that's live today. We didn't plan that. The intent is to move it to email though in the future, obviously from a cost point of view.
We've got both at the moment.
We got both. You get spam.
If you've got SMS, you get SMS. If you get SMS and email, you get SMS and email. If you get email, you get email.
Of course.
So we're letting you know either way.
Excellent.
I just have one quick question. I'm from DPC, not SAWater, so
Yes.
I'm just here out of interest. We're looking at a citizen account.
Yep.
What level of identity verification does the account have?
The registration only goes against basically what's on your bill. So you only need two items for someone to register, which is the account name or the title as it appears on the bill and your account number. So you basically have to have a bill in your hand
Okay. Yeah.
or ring up and try and get it. Security's a good question. It comes up a lot.
Do you have a cloud-based strategy, a roadmap?
What's that?
Do you have a cloud-based or a roadmap?
We have no intent yet to move to the cloud. I think.
Any particular reason?
I think at the time it was around security. I believe that was our main decisions. It was around customer data, a significant amount of customer data at the time. I think that's really all it came down to.
And
So it was 2.5 years ago now.
state net latency issues.
Yeah, we had concerns and risks, and I think at the time all the trade-offs we looked at it and just went, at this time this will be fine for us for at least the next 4 to 6 years. As long as when we're ready to move, it's not too difficult and we don't customise too much, it should be alright. I think we're in a good spot for that.
I think the solution itself is developed in a very agnostic mode as well, so therefore it is ready to be picked up and moved to the cloud if and when SAWater sort of desires.
Shouldn't the hardest part's the ADX Studio part. It's very custom against the portals piece.
Potentially, yeah.
The other part, the actual CRM, is very close.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, well. So thanks very much again, guys, and that concludes our user group sessions for 2017. If you enjoyed today's session, please leave some feedback and sort of maybe get in touch with us and tell us what you'd like to see next year. We'll try to make it happen. I thought it was excellent to have a speaker who was representative of a customer that's actually using CRM in the wild to really tell it from a customer's perspective. So thank you very much once again, Toby, and everyone from SAWater. Really appreciate that. So thanks very much and enjoy the rest of your week.